When you start thinking about beginning a spiritual journey, it's amazing how much information that you can be completely inundated with. You should know that you don't need to know every single detail related to crystals, meditation, or herbs. All you really need to know is that you are an expression of the divine at your core, and everyone else is just a mirror of that as well. And allow me to let you in on a little secret. You aren't just beginning your spiritual journey. You're already on one, and everything that you need to know or rediscover moving forward is already within you. So go easy and pace yourself. Today, I thought we'd go over a few tips on how to begin navigating ways to go within and consciously invest in the spiritual aspect of our lives. But before we begin, you should know that there are no rules to follow on a spiritual journey. Each individual's experience is completely unique. The starting point may be completely different, and the way that you go about things is going to vary. The pace of the journey is definitely not going to be the same, and the obstacles that you overcome also are going to differ from person to person. Now, with that being said, let's get into this video. So first, I'll go over some things that you need to think about before moving forward on your new intentional spiritual journey. Second, I'll go over why I think one of the most important parts of connecting with spirit involves connecting to nature. Third, I'll talk a little about March's full moon 2022 and share the spiritual meaning that it holds. Then I want to share how I incorporate the new moon energy into my manifestation practices and give you a couple of ideas on how you can create a practice all your own. Are you ready? Awesome. Let's dive in. So a spiritual practice is not about gaining or adding something new or about advancing your state of mind. It's really all about eliminating ego and selfishness, and then attuning yourself to the universe. When you are embarking upon this journey with only personal gains as the goal, it could turn into what some may call spiritual materialism. Something that we all need to be aware of and constantly check in with ourselves about. Spiritual materialism is when you begin your spiritual path with the intention of personal advancement alone. Spiritual materialism is a very real concept, even though it is pretty much an oxymoron. But it essentially represents the subversion of your spiritual journey. Subversion means to destroy from within. Spirituality is rooted in the cultivation of virtues that not only enrich your own life, but also enrich the lives of those around you. It's really about making meaningful changes to your life, meaningful changes to your character, and the value is found in our progression. However, it's possible to lose sight of this and to hoard techniques and experiences without ever truly appreciating their meaning, especially when you're always secretly wondering what is next. It's perfectly natural to be excited about what the future has in store, but the reality is that it's not here yet. The only way that you can truly affect it is by doing things in the present. And the energy that you're offering right now will be the energy of what you are manifesting for your future. Our real priority should always be what's going on right in front of us. And it can be hard to ground yourself in this perspective, especially if you've recently found yourself on a spiritual path. Suddenly a whole new world of possibilities opens up right before you. When you begin this intentional journey with urgency or speed that is careless or reckless, or you find yourself demanding more and more, that is all about insecurity. So it's good to be aware of this. Some of the things that are going to help you along the way are actually very practical. And I've come up with 4 tips that will really help you reconnect with yourself and offer you support moving forward. But before we get into that, I'm Madison, for those of you who are new here, and I help hairstylists, moms, and female entrepreneurs in general to build their businesses, reach their goals, and discover their higher, more spiritual selves in the process. If that seems like something that you're interested in, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and make sure to go click that bell notification at the bottom of the screen. That way you can make sure that you're notified every single time that I release a new video just like this one. And don't forget to give me a like. Declutter your personal space. Things that you no longer need or use serve only as distractions. If you struggle with anxiety or getting motivated, having a clear and clean environment can make a world of difference. Do the same with your mind. Fear, ego, judgment, and a whole lot of negative feelings need to be removed for the success of your spiritual journey. The best way to start decluttering your mind is to begin journaling. You'll hear me talk about this a lot. Journaling works wonders in multiple areas of your life, and it's a great way to get your thoughts, worries, and even past traumas out of your head and down on paper. Then you can see what needs to be addressed. Revisit your belief system. One definition of a belief system is a set of beliefs, conscious or unconscious, that shape you. Those beliefs can be generic, such as good work always pays off, or they can be more personal, such as I know I always end up finding a solution no matter how hard the situation is. Your beliefs are based on your life experiences, or more precisely, on the interpretation that you made of those past experiences. And here's the kicker. A belief has absolutely nothing to do with something being true or false. It is simply something that you have chosen to believe in. And that will structure all of your decisions. I want you to think about the things that you find yourself to believe are true. I want you to think about them in two ways moving forward. Those beliefs that empower you and those which limit you. An empowering belief simply makes you stronger and gives you freedom, and it helps you find solutions. A limiting belief tends to scare you, limit the field of possibilities that you can dream of, and limit what you can become. Being aware of which category your beliefs will fall into will help you so much on your spiritual journey. Reconnect with nature. If you've fallen out of alignment with your natural self, you need to find out how you can spiritually connect with nature. The first step in spiritually connecting your body with nature is realizing that you are nature. You're not separate from it, but you're an integral part of it all. You're able to tap into any part of nature because it is inherently in you. Our body is made up of all of the same elements, minerals, and energy that make up the planet. Many quantum physicists and scholars believe that everything in the outer universe is a reflection of our consciousness and our body. The percentage of water on the planet, for example, reflects the same percentage of water in our bodies, and so on. And though it is true that we are nature beings, we can still fall out of alignment with our natural selves. If you've felt a connection to nature and want to deepen it, allow yourself to turn toward that light. I want you to do me a favor really quick. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine that you're walking along and all of a sudden you notice a really amazing tree. Really notice it. And it's a revelation. A deep peace emanates from it and settles into you. Or imagine you're sitting in a secluded spot and you realize, I'm no different from that rock. I'm no different from that tree or that herd of deer. Everything feels right in the world. Then you become aware of the presence of nature as a whole. You feel that nature is not just a collection of trees and rocks and animals, but it is a presence unto herself, and you're a part of it. Some call it God, Mother Earth, or I refer to it as our Creator. But whatever it is, you feel it. I've come to think of these moments of clarity, connection, and peace as accidental encounters with nature. You weren't necessarily seeking a profound experience, but it happened. And here's the truth. There is absolutely no lie in nature. And I've learned that I'm never truly alone. It is possible to shift from an accidental spiritual relationship to nature to an intentional one. And soon I will be going into some really good ways for how you can connect with nature that will really support you on another video. But if you have any tips that you want to share right now on how you like to connect to nature, I would love to hear about it if you want to tell me down in the comments below. Okay, so as the days continue to grow longer and brighter, evidence that spring is close at hand is everywhere if you begin to look. During these spirited days in March, we celebrate the full worm moon. This year, that takes place on March 18th, 2022. The worm moon got its name because this is when the earthworms will begin to make an appearance as the soil warms and softens, and birds are more optimistic due to more feeding opportunities that descend upon them. These small signs indicate the dark, cold days of winter are ending and a new season is now beginning. Earth is awakening from its deep winter rest. So what is the spiritual meaning of March's full worm moon? Well, it's a powerful time for hopeful intentions, magic, and a lovely time for meditation. To get you started, here are some spiritual correspondence and intentions that link up with the full worm moon's energy. Some of the intentions are hopeful, inspiration, new growth, rebirth, fertility, motivation, good luck, optimism, idealism, purification, or cleansing of the stagnant and old energy. And some of the colors are green, pastel pink, lilac purple, and yellow. Here are a few worm moon ritual intentions and magical ideas to help celebrate March's full moon. Journaling. Writing is such a beautiful habit, and it's fascinating to reflect back on to see how your thoughts and your opinions may have changed or stayed the same. The other cool thing is stormwater. So March's full worm moon is also known as the storm moon due to the more frequent thunder, lightning, and rainstorms that occur during March. You can collect powerful and potent stormwater with any jars or bowls that you prefer. You can use the stormwater to cleanse your crystals or your tools, or for ritual work, or on your altar, or use it to make moon water. But when you do it, contemplate the various rainwater uses depending on the type of storm. So for example, like a calm and serene drizzle carries an entirely different mood and energy than an intense lightning storm. So just think about how you can use these differently for cleansing meditations and rituals or to consume, creating a balance in your life. So during March, we are very close to the spring equinox. So acknowledging and honoring this by finding ways to incorporate balance into our life can be pretty powerful. I encourage you to think about some of your biggest values and intentions. What can you do to incorporate more time focused on your biggest priorities? Or better yet, what can you eliminate? How can you simplify? You can accomplish so much more by honing in on a few things rather than everything. The other cool thing you could do is start seedlings or seed bombs. So depending on where you live, March can be a fantastic time to start some seedlings. You could also create some seed bombs, which you can place your intentions into and give it to somebody as a gift, or you can place it in your own garden. And a popular choice is wildflowers, but feel free to pick your favorite. All you need is air-dry clay, potting soil, and seeds. Optimistic pursuits. The full worm moon is a season of pure potential and enthusiasm. Right now is an outstanding time to pursue big goals like a new job, starting a new business, or making some financial intentions. You can start the ball rolling on your big dreams. Big life changes occur with a series of small steps. And now is your opportunity to plant those seeds. One of the things that I have completely fallen in love with on my own spiritual journey is learning how to use the moon energy. I have been practicing this for about 2 years now, and it never seems to amaze me how powerful that this can be. I am so happy that you guys have stuck around and made it to the end of this video. I hope that everything that I mentioned here today gave you a whole lot to think about and really inspires you to maybe consciously decide to embark upon your own spiritual journey, or confirmation and confidence to continue on the journey you're already on. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that everything that you need to know is already within you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.